Look, I don't know who is asking for Ironheart, but it is the worst modern rated Marvel television show to be released in the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. We're going to look at that. It's also getting flack for promoting the AI best friends. You know the thing, you'll live in a bug, or you'll live in a pod, you'll eat the bugs, you'll own nothing, and you'll be happy. You know that? That is this whole AI. We've talked about this on the show before. How AI, there are people that want you to get replaced with AI. They want your girlfriends and best friends to be AI. So it's getting flack with that. It is the second lowest MCU scoring show ever in history. There is so much more to talk about after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, if you aren't using a VPN yet, you're completely missing out, and Private Internet Access is the one I use on all of my devices. If you've been following the news, you see that censorship, websites, apps are getting shut down in certain countries, all sorts of craziness. Well, a VPN helps you never have to worry about that. Private Internet Access also protects you from the prying eyes of hackers, internet service providers, and others that can view your personal data. Perhaps also just as importantly, Private Internet Access allows you to access region-restricted content from all over the world. Streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and more have different library options based on where you're located, and some shows simply cannot be accessed if you're not in the target location. Happens to me all the time. Many sports events also have regional blackouts. Well, VPNs can be a convenient way to make sure you're getting the content that you're paying for. Private Internet Access also allows you to protect an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time, so your entire household with a single subscription. And I've been working with Private Internet Access so long that I have an absolutely massive discount available to my viewers. Link in the description below. Get Private Internet Access today using my link. Save huge, protect your computers, access all the content that you've been paying for, and ensure that your internet is never censored. Ironheart is tied as the second lowest MCU scoring show in history. This is from Paul Tassi, too, who's a hardcore leftist and who would do anything to glaze for this show imaginable. Disney dropped the first 3 episodes of Ironheart on Wednesday, and while we don't know what the actual viewership will be, well, I think if it's bad, we're never going to know. If it's good, they'll say that, Both critic and audience reviews are coming in. As it stands, Ironheart is tied as the second lowest scored MCU show, albeit still a ways from the, quote, rotten classification that only one series ever has gotten, and that was Secret Invasion. As it stands, and this number has bounced around a little, Ironheart has a 70% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, which would tie it with Echo. Remember Echo? Hey, don't you guys want a superhero show about a deaf or blind person? Who doesn't want that? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Is blind not enough? Oh, but they're Native American too. So if you don't watch it, you hate Native Americans. I'm hesitant to consider its audience score valid at this point. It would be in 4th place, but it was provably review brigaded, and it sat around 30% just 20 minutes after release. When it was physically impossible to have watched the first 3 episodes, here's the list. Miss Marvel, 98% from critics, well, of course, because it had a brown person in it. 80% from audience. WandaVision, 92% critic. The crazy thing about WandaVision is it started out okay. I will admit, the first couple episodes of WandaVision were actually okay, but then it didn't realize. If they had realized that Wanda was the villain, I think the show would have been much better. Does that make sense? Any normal person watching WandaVision knew that Wanda was actually the villain. But they're like, it's a strong independent woman, so she can't be the villain. Then critic with Hawkeye with a 92, Loki with an 87, Daredevil with an 87, Moon Knight. Do you notice how every one of these are a disabled or a minority? Except Hawkeye, but I mean Hawkeye was really about the girl. Loki really wasn't, I suppose. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 85. Agatha All Along, which was 84, which that show was terrible. She-Hulk had a 32% audience score, by the way, with its 79% critic. And then Ironheart and Echo both hit at 70, with Secret Invasion sitting at 52. Now, if we look at this, what is it now? It's eked up to 71. But here's the interesting part. Here's the interesting part. It only has 58 reviews. Isn't that odd? I think that goes towards the 58 reviews. That has a lot to do with viewership. Now, if I could look, what's Echo? Let's see how many people reviewed Echo. Echo. Why is it not in here? Echo, wasn't that not the call? Echo? Where is it? Oh, TV shows. Echo. Is this it? That's sitting at a 70%, but oh, it doesn't even tell me. It doesn't tell me how many people reviewed it. Isn't that interesting? So I don't know exactly how many people review this. If you look, oh, here, 62 and 26. So it wasn't, so it wasn't that much, 88. So I guess you could say it wasn't that many more, 88 total reviews. That wasn't that much more, but it is definitely less. We know that, I can't say that that I don't know that total number of reviews always equates to total viewership, but I do know how, internet clicks work, and you're probably not reviewing something that you think isn't getting a ton of views. Does that make sense? You're only gonna review stuff that you think is gonna make you money with clicks. And so, are they scrubbing negative reviews? That's entirely possible. There's a lot of possibilities here as to why there aren't that many. But I mean, it's not like it's none. I'll say that it's not like it's none. But also, they're getting heat for the AI stuff. Ironheart promotes AI besties, and I think it's kinda dangerous. Even though AI companions are nothing new in sci-fi, people are already doing this in real life to disastrous results. In the Disney Plus series, the young Tony Starr-esque hero, she's not a hero, Riri Williams, resurrects her best friend Natalie through AI. The implications go full galaxy brain real quick. Natalie can speak, remember her project like a lifelike holographic form, and engage with people just like a real human, but she's not alive in the traditional sense. While the idea of the artificial companion has long been a sci-fi staple, its real-world counterpart now comes with intense controversy. The newest forms of generative AI chatbots are poised to upend industries, eliminate jobs, and spread misinformation. Hollywood has responded awkwardly. Films like 2023's The Creator and Jennifer Lopez's run-and-gun Netflix action movie Atlas reflect a growing trend of pro-AI narratives from studios with major investments in the technology and a vested interest in its acceptance. Ironheart is another stab at improving the tech's image. What bothers me isn't that viewers might watch the Marvel show and retreat to their computers and form a bond with ChatGPT-fueled human replica. It's that people already are doing it for their deceased loved ones. Ironheart, which one imagines Disney designed for a mass audience appeal, doesn't grapple with that present. A few years ago, the events of the show, Riri Williams witnessed a drive-by, blah, 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 don't really care. Getting heat for that. I mean, Ironheart Marvel's gamble on a minor MCU hero, it doesn't pay off. This is Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone said that it's not a good show. Rolling Stone, the progressive slop outlet, says the latest Disney Marvel series centered around Dominique Thorne's mecha-suited genius feels like a relic from a past throw-it-against-the-wall MCU era. I mean, I just think that, if you can't even get leftoids to support your show, if you can't get left-wing media to say, wow, what an amazing show, you're probably not going to do so well. And again, I'll say this like I always say it. I know that this show was not created for me. I know that. I know that, I absolutely know that Ironheart and its black bi child hero is not for me. So it's not like I'm going to make a million videos talking about Ironheart. She-Hulk, I know, was not made for me, but it was such a spectacular car wreck, I couldn't not talk about it. With this, Ironheart's going to be a flash in the pan. It's going to be canceled after one season. Mark my words. If you disagree, let me know.